Game number 2 of the series. OG up 1-0, of course, here in this 2-game series of the round-robin stage of the MDL Major that is currently taking place in China. This is the official coverage, one of 3 official coverage streams here. We're doing remote coverage, of course, from our comfy homes. But been having some fun watching Dota over these last couple of days, and right now OG's up 1-0 over Infamous. Infamous trying to get their first victory of the groups, this being actually their last match of the groups. But OG also fighting for position in going into the playoffs, and they will first pick the Kunkka once again. So Infamous choosing not to ban the Kunkka as a reaction. I mean, I can't say I blame them, Trent. It wasn't necessarily the most overwhelming Kunkka game last game, but as you mentioned, OG is very successful with this hero, though.
Ahoy! Yeah. It's very flexible for them, which is a pretty frustrating situation, right? And it makes it very tempting to want to ban it as well.
Radiant
But
team
I guess they're deeming that not worth it. So, not Skyrath. Oh, my goodness, a Witch Doctor. Similar, though.
No, it's not the same. Should have gone Skyrath.
It's just not the same.
It isn't. No. Skyrath is more up front, where Witch Doctor, Malda can take them down, but you want to burst them down for the Coaling Blade, man.
10 seconds remaining.
It is a nice combo. It doesn't have the same like in-lane harass or anything either, so we'll probably see some other 4-roll, I would guess, to pair with the Axe, and we'll probably get Witch Doctor with a maybe +1 in the safe lane, or well, in the Radiant's case, perhaps even in the Radiant off lane. But Kunkka plus what? What shall be the game plan here for old OG? Gonna go with the same previous stuff here.
Yeah.
Gonna mix it up, OG. What are you thinking?
Maybe why not? Dark Willow you mentioned would be fun to see, but Tusk is recently he's you know, we saw for a while that he was top tier pick, pretty much first pick in so many games, if not banned initially. Not as strong right now, but there are still teams that do favor him, and OG no doubt one of them. Jarex plays at a mean Tusk, so not surprised to see that here.
10
yeah, I'd
seconds
say
remaining.
all time probably his best hero other than Earth Spirit.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team.
I mean, you could even possibly argue that it is his best hero because he just never gets to play Earth Spirit anyway. Like,
true.
There is some argument for that, but actually, all time for OG, they have 121 Earth Spirit matches, and their next highest is 93 for Dazzle. They play a lot of Earth Spirit, but Tusk is up there too.
I was gonna say
it does
Dazzle.
look like the Earth Spirit has like
remaining.
almost a 70% win rate though, so that's kind of ridiculous.
5 seconds.
You know what's actually kind of
remaining.
amusing? Speaking of hero stats, I had the hero stats up here for this event as a whole. Leshrac is the most played hero at this event right now, and he's 2-15.
Wow.
Like,
OG's turn to ban.
that's odd. You know, the most picked hero at the event has an 11% win percentage throughout these round robin
Yeah,
stages.
that is very surprising. Hopefully, maybe there's some argument that the better teams are banning it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Maybe he's not as strong as people think he is.
I feel like he's been first phase banned almost every game
10
we've cast though, and then we had
seconds
the one
remaining.
game obviously today where he was picked by Vega.
Yeah.
5 seconds
I don't know,
remaining.
that's just weird to me. Yeah, I just happened to notice that as you're talking
Yeah,
hero
that's
stats.
unreal actually.
Dragon Knight's 11-1. On the other side of the spectrum, one of the top played heroes, he's 11-1. So maybe DK's the answer.
He's still feels like a little bit of a sleeper hero. I feel like he started getting picked a lot, and then he got moved to the off lane, and he was continued to be picked a lot, and then he just kind of fell off. But some
Radiant
teams who are
team
continuing to play him
ban.
obviously doing quite well. So they will ban him here from Infamous. They realize, they see what's happening. See
they
if
do.
they actually opt for one of these hard carries, like the Morphling ban. I think that's the kind of idea. You know, we talked about our Morphling plus Warlock. This could be any sort of Witch Doctor plus one of the harder carries here to firm up on that Radiant
10
off lane.
seconds remaining.
Infamous, I think the Luna is a hero that particularly fits them well.
5 seconds
Maybe something
remaining.
they want to opt for.
They should go techies, let's be honest. This is their last game, And I know I just got finished saying how they should take this seriously and, you know, this should be practice, but damn it, for our entertainment, they should go. Techie's axe actually does sound half decent, right? You know, you got the call setting up for a takeoff. Like, that sounds like synergy right there. I think there's something to it. Or you call them into a mine. You know, there's
the synergy.
I'm on to something.
I see it. Yeah. I don't know. I think Void, maybe the Anti-Mage again, possibly. You have to play up against the Kunkka, but I have to say the Anti-Mage looked really good for them in that match that we saw up against, who was that? Mineski, right? They almost managed to sneak one out there, but they'll go with a gyrocopter. So just nice rotating hero. Someone can actually fight early, maybe match these very good rotations we've been seeing from OG today.
You know, a classic OG hero is that Alchemist, but, you know, just when he got some buffs, then all of a sudden they make bounty runes every 5 minutes again, and
5 seconds.
Yeah, that was the end of that.
Then it's like, well, shortly lived for that hero. OG did play him a couple times recently in an Epicenter there, in a pretty relevant match too. So I think it was actually the match that got eliminated, if I'm not mistaken.
Team pick.
Seb was looking very good on a lot of those Alp games. I was impressed. But talking about the old Earth Spirit, that is like the classic Matthew hero. Certainly his best one in my experience of watching him play. And then instantly into the Underlords, so OG have a lineup. They know what they want. Fly has his defensive support. Jerax has his rolling on in there Tusk. And more than likely, No Tail is going to be on the Kunkka. So we'll see if we get a Seb hero last, or if Seb ends up playing the Underlord mid, which has been quite comical a couple times, depending on the matchup.
5 seconds.
Core Underlord, yeah, he can hit hard.
Yeah,
we want to build him that way. That is a possibility. Not the usual though. Better suited for that offlane, of course. But yeah, those 3 picks right there, just all of a sudden happening rapidly in succession. The Winter Wyvern, again, really similar hero for Fly in sense of as long as the support hero has some kind of defensive saving tool, then you figure that it's going to be an option for him. Witch Doctor, you know, maybe a little bit less likely, but still Voodoo Restoration, technically is defensive. So that's Wyvern fits that. Although I will say Wyvern's, well, I guess actually now that I think about it, Wyvern against Axe, I guess is okay. You know, spins are pure, so it's not like mitigating that necessarily, but it will prevent just follow up in general and heal them up. Call it an answer.
Super solid hero against Axe, I think.
OG's fine. Turn to ban.
Ban the Pugna. You know, lots of flexibility here. Again, could be the Kunkka mid for Seb. Could be the Kunkka in the safe lane for No Tail. So they'll just go with what they think OG is lacking. Take care of that tower push.
They are lacking sieging, yeah. So that makes sense with the ban.
Roshing again, too, might be something on their minds just because of that last game. But
yeah,
5 seconds remaining.
Lena, final pick, could help with that somewhat. TA. I don't know if they're really...
Lena's not bad, too. I like that, actually. I think that sounds pretty solid. The Seb Troll, not incredible here, but I feel like that's a hero they've kind of gravitated towards quite a bit. They could go for the Lone Druid, throw it back onto No Tail, and then just put Mad mid on the Kunkka.
Options here. They got
so many options.
So
do whatever you please.
As long as it's entertaining.
Turn to pick.
OD ban. Is this going to be another Ember?
Team pick.
No.
Juggernaut. Okay.
So kinda. He's still not the greatest Roshan teamo in the world, but a little bit better.
With the healing ward.
Just a little bit. So now Infamous, they still need their own mid.
They already have at least one BKB piercing, which is nice up against the Jug with the Axe, so they can cancel them during the spin.
5 seconds remaining.
They have pretty good team fight with the Gyro and the Earth Spirit. And their last core will be the Ember for themselves. All right. See if he can pull off some nice little X mark plays and try and dodge those recalls we've been seeing from our Ember Spirits.
Yeah, it's not a free Ember Spirit game by any means. You talked about Kunkka in general, but then Underlord who Pit of Malice as well is going to be annoying. but has capability to escape, though. Stay out of those areas. So, all right, another Ember Spirit game. This time in the hands of Infamous, though. And the chance for the techies, man. They pass it up. Instead, they get this hero called their Spirit. And Matthew has played plenty before. As for an Underlord. Underlord's, it has also kind of died off a bit as a relevant hero.
Yeah.
Seems like in the off lane.
Just a lot less solo offlaning, so
True.
I think he doesn't really fit the dual lane quite as well. He's okay, but I think other heroes can capitalize a little bit better on a dual lane scenario. It's not that Underlord's bad, really. It's just that, like, why wouldn't you just pick Doom?
Well, here we go. Game 2 of this 2-game series. So again, the final game for both these teams, actually, as far as the group stages go, and final game overall for Infamous, no matter what.
Prepare for battle.
Finish strong, that's what they're hoping for. Represent SA proudly.
It's a well-timed laugh.
Fly finds that hilarious. Jesus, these guys are cracking up. What the hell's going on? Some funny taunts, too.
I think they're feeling good, man.
They are. They're having some fun, man. They've been traveling around the world and playing some Dota. Life's good right now for them.
So OG, if they were to secure this game, let's see here. So nothing's up there, right? They could get themselves up to 6 points. So they could be jostling quite well there in the upper part of the group. And what a way to start. Oh, they can't quite get him.
Oh, that was, you know, we credit Jerax all the time for good reason, but he misplaced his shards there initially.
You know, sometimes this Tusk hero, you don't play him for a bit, you start to get into old habits of the old shards, man. That change on the shards still gets me. I played Tusk the first time and I missed my first like 3 shards every time, so I'm just like, shit, not old shards.
Yeah.
But, no excuses for Jax. Look at that set. He's clearly been playing some Tusk. Actually, he's like only Battle Pass. He's a very low Battle Pass level. Maybe he hasn't been playing some Tusk.
He just saves it for the actual tournament games, yeah.
Yeah, he's only level 3 on his Tusk. I mean, this guy's a grinder.
It's usually banned anyway, so he figures why even worry about it.
Right.
So you were saying that about OG. They can't get first, but I think they could get, you know, second or third, which is also important.
I think theoretically they might be able to get first, right?
I saw a post that Secret was first, no matter what.
Oh, because of the tiebreakers. Yeah,
the
you're right.
tiebreakers, maybe.
Yeah, that's why. It must be just head-to-head. That makes sense because they don't want to delay the group stage.
Okay.
So yes, that is correct.
But still,
they
second
can at least
or
get
third.
second or third.
That gets you a little bit better than fourth or fifth. I think it. I don't know if it gets you to the winner bracket or like the later round of losers. I'm not exactly sure.
It gets you first round upper bracket.
Okay.
Yeah, and then if you win the group, you get seeded second round upper bracket. So winning the group is actually sick, but second and third is still very important.
Yeah, you win the group, then you're one series one away from top 4 at that point, aren't you? Jeez.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're talking about that. Meanwhile, No-Tail, he's just trying to live. Fairy Fire coming out, going for the turn kill. The Torrent's not going to connect. Jerax is here, though. He'll hit the shards this time, and Gyrocopter does go down. So we're analyzing the group stages, but meanwhile, we got some interesting lanes coming about. Gyrocopter versus the Kunkka mid. Got an aggressive Juggernaut lane bottom. We have S4 dying at the top lane against the Axe Earth Spirit. How about shaping up right here? Yeah, why Gyrocopter mid, though, you think, and the Ember bottom?
I think the Tidebringer versus the Kunkka likely just does not want to play that matchup. Last game, it's a very... Oh, actually,
Jerax. For Jerax. The push actually pushed the Witch Doctor down as the snowball came out. So Jerax, he's living. Yeah, that is going to actually keep him alive in the end. That was a funky play there with the Boulder Smash.
Yeah, I think just worried about like potential rotations coming to the mid lane. It's like pretty easy to set up with the X. You'd have to be constantly Tidebringered over and over by the Kunkka as well, so would not be very fun time for the Ember. Whereas this actually puts them, you know, we're talking about like a hard carry for the Witch Doctor to support in lane with that Voodoo Restoration. That's kind of what Ember is good for, rather than the Gyrocopter.
Yeah.
Try and get him up as fast as possible.
And
He can still help in these kills, too.
Yeah, you also see the pressure from Gyrocopter that he's able to apply with the constant rocket barrage spam.
Yeah.
It's coming out. Now, again, he did die earlier, perhaps overcommitting a little too much at the tower, but he is doing that a bit. And speaking of that, X pulls him in. Here comes Tusk. Bottom lane, Seb does die, but they are going for Gyrocopter. Nice shard block once again. The homing missile not going to save him. But yeah, bottom lane, I did see them going in as well. And sure enough, Juggernaut, he did take too much damage. Ends up falling.
Regeneration.
So we have a 2-2 game.
Ooh. Matty's having a great start, though. Again, now he's 2-0-0.
Okay.
S4 not having a great start.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wouldn't expect him to die, so missing both the kills on him. But, man, that's a solo kill that time for Axe. No tell. He's probably dead here. Yes. No. Matthew takes it. However, Tusk coming in. Gyrocopter trying to help out the best that he can. Silence up just in case. And Matthew will roll away. Well played by Infamous there. But yeah, S4 dying back-to-back times at the top lane. And I said, at least first time was Earth Spirit up there, but this time it's a solo Axe. Manages to die. This feels just so good for this, though. It's like, this is one of the biggest reasons I think we're seeing him, too. All of a sudden, it's just cutting the creep moves like he's doing. It's, by the way, Gyrocopter goes down in the middle lane. My camera work, man, this game. I'm just not going to talk. I'll just.
Yeah, it's crazy, though. It's like non-stop action, but yeah, if he just cuts those waves now, he can get his Vanguard so early on. He almost has it right now.
Those menacing laughs. I died. That's funny.
Face it. You're a loser.
Pizza Vanguard too, though. Very good time. And he had a full level edge on the S4. He's starting to catch back up now, just them leaving the lane. But look at that damage. I mean, the Pure just slices right through him.
He actually hit level 6 right there. I was wondering if he was going to go make a play. Are you kidding me? Bottom lane, if Pizza dies. Middle lane, I am catching this one. Gyrocopter. Homing missile hits on a no-tail. Maudish was put up late, though. So yeah, it's not going to be nearly enough damage for the kill on a no-tail. He'll manage to stay alive. Well, like we did see in the text at least. Ember Spirit dying at the bottom lane. He's going to come back in. Continue his farm. I mean, overall, it's been okay for Ember Spirit. He's basically tied with the Juggernaut right now. As far as back and forth.
Everyone's just kind of trading evenly across the board except for that top lane, really. I mean, there's actually a pretty big gap mid, too, with the Gyro going down 3 times now. About a 600 gold lead there for our Kunkka. S4, all right. So he's being run down again up here. Well, what's been going on? No, all S4. I guess it must just be well-timed with the creep waves coming through and Stinger's just catching with a bunch of spins.
Yeah, no doubt some RNG's involved, of course, but that's just how it works with Axe. Again, coming the creep. If he gets a spin here into a Mango Coaling Blade, but
you know what it is? It's because S4 has to nuke the whole wave every time with the Firestorm. So when he nukes the whole wave, that means that his own wave has nothing to catch on.
Yeah. Oh, Axe is the one that's almost dead. The shard block is not successful, though. He'll put the Battle Hunger up. He had to pop a Mango for this. Here comes the roll from Matthew. The Boulder Smash did not hit, though. It was actually a little bit too far in.
Dire's top tower is
As Witch Doctor also makes his way here. No, Witch Doctor actually canceled. Never mind. Axe is still duking.
Came back in for his boost.
Yeah.
No more.
Okay.
It's like you couldn't go Shrine first, dude.
Yeah. Maybe he was basically like, I'll just accept death. But yeah, you know, he definitely could have lived right there. No-tail middle lane.
Radiant's top tower
He's dead.
is under attack.
And Maledict should finish him. He had a double damage rune, but unable to use it aggressively, unfortunately for him. We have 10 hero kills going up to 7 minutes, so action definitely plentiful. In fact, going to continue for Pizza bottom lane. Wyvern last hit, not enough damage actually. That Buckler coming into play for Ember Spirit, cannot juke enough, however, but Axe is now here. The call will bring back in Juggernaut, but the Coaling Blade slices right through that cold embrace of the Winter Wyvern. Can't save him. Similar to like the Dazzle idea with the Shallow Grave. So you think you're going to be saved, and then Axe says nope.
At least he managed to get the healing ward as well. The Ember Spirit sniped it before he died. 75 gold. Nice.
Got it.
But No, it's funny how that top lane works. I hadn't really thought about the fact that, like, because the Firestorm is so good, but it's like the only way you can last it. And so typically is Underlord, you just obviously Firestorm, you get some stacks in the Atrophy Aura, and you can bully the enemy hero, but he's like nuking the whole wave, and then Axe just dives him because he knows that his wave's gone, so he's just going to run into the Underlord, and the enemy creeps obviously aren't going to save Underlord. They're just going to create all that ridiculous pure damage. It's going to, like, completely melt him. So I don't even know what the answer would be for S4. I guess you, like, try and just right-click him, and, like, you don't even spam your Firestorm. I don't know.
I think the answer is, yeah, you just kind of accept it and just try to minimize your death as much as possible. It's, you know, I have history calling this type of lane the suicide lane, and I think we're kind of seeing that here in the sense of the Underlord and what he's having to deal with. Those only 2 deaths, though, at 8 minutes. You know, not the craziest. As I say that, though, they're trying to make it a 3rd death, however, going a little too much. Juggernaut rotating in, doesn't have Omni Slash yet. And he's not level 6. Matthew going for the TP play, unable to work, though. He will be a distraction to allow Pepita to make his getaway. But Seb will cut down Air Spirit, so they do end up getting 1 kill out of that turn. Does OG. Wyvern's picking up some experience at the bottom lane. Get to use that, only level 4 currently. Winter's Curse is, as usual, going to be a solid tool. It's not, there's no like Lycan or anything on the other side that will really wreck them, but some potential big Winter's Curses could come out. How's Kunkka doing? As Phase Boot's coming along. He went the Armlet last game. I'd assume see the same build. Armlet, I think it was a Shadow Blade next. Maybe Drums in there. Oh, well, it's going to be delayed, whatever it is. Maybe? Ghost Ship? Well, they turned Gyrocopter in the ROM. He's going to survive for now. Out comes a Cold Embrace, so never mind. He's going to stay alive. Maledict's not going to be enough damage, and actually great shard block there again on Matthew. Splitter Blast, not enough damage, however. Earth Spirit will manage to roll away and survive. The Snowball in also not going to be enough, as it does catch up to Witch Doctor, but Jurix has to turn around. Only Gyrocopter dying after all of that.
But all that attention mid did mean that level 6 was given up top there to Jug, so that'll force the Axe rotation. Pretty much the only person who can come up here and not get killed by an Omni Slash and a spin. And that takes him away from that mid lane once again.
That Blink Dagger. This is going to be a Blink Vanguard Boots. Basically 10 minutes into this game. Not even. 9:40. That's fast. It's 2-1-1.
Oh, they are going to smoke right into their opponents, though. And they saw them with the...
That's a 2-man call, but the ship comes out. Yeah, that's going to be the rum, and now Stinger realizing this is not going to work out the prettiest, although Pepita's coming in, so has plenty of support. Now they're calling 2 more seconds. Jerax has a snowball. Going to use it over to the creeps, and he makes a getaway initially. Pepita still trying to chase. Another Remnant's ready. Torrent will miss. Axe goes in for the Colding Blade. Has another call. Looking to use it right here. Will taunt up the Juggernaut. X brings it back, though. Almost might save him in the sense, but had to make the defensive play right there on the side of Kunkka. So that got a little awkward there with the smoke being exposed, but it still works out for Infamous, kind of.
Yeah, that was really well positioned from OG to start that off. I thought maybe they had a ward as well near that top tier 1, but they didn't have any vision, so just
middle tower is under attack.
Well played from their perspective. But yeah, as he said, Blink Dagger still able to make plays happen there for Infamous, so our game's still very close, and now he's going to try and get himself a solo kill here onto the Wyvern. Easy dunk.
Slamma jamma. Bananas.
That's stream 1, guys. If you want the fruit combo.
He's been fun to watch. He's a great caster, honestly.
Oh yeah, ESJ's fabulous.
Definitely forward to him doing more. But you're better, don't worry.
Thank you, obviously.
I know you're waiting for that. Like,
of course, yeah, that's all I need. I need that reassurance in my life.
He's just all right.
You know, Cinderin goes away, and now these guys just come up here. Like, what are you doing? Come on.
Come on.
Get on a team already.
Seriously. Play Dota. Leave the casting to us.
What's their issue?
Tuskies.
Jerax and Excel, a little bit of a standoff here. Parked over each other's wards. So,
They actually can see each other. Kinda. Doctor could for a second.
Dyer's top tower
Lost
is
him
under
now.
attack.
Meanwhile, top tower, actually useful things going on, and Ember Spirit pushing in the top tower, although S4 will port back, and S4 is level 10, so he's actually managed to get some decent levels here. JRX, okay, he's finally found, sticking around a little bit too long. Shard's not going to save him. You'll see the massive Ancient stack, but not going to do anything about that. Cold Embrace applied to Kunkka as Matthew was rolling in with Old Stinger here. Magnetize, of course, apply. The Ghost Shit coming out once again. The Rum. Oh, out comes the Winter's Curse on Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit's going to die. No Tail staying alive as a result, too. Finally goes down as a couple of spins happen. Juggernaut, he's too committed. Seb gets dunked on. That's a double kill. Going the way of Stinger. So, like, the Winter's Curse was pretty right there, but then Juggernaut came in last second thinking to make a big play, and it clearly wasn't going to work.
That was actually a amazing Winter's Curse for like right at the start of the game. No Aether Lens or anything like that. No Glimmer Cape to get in there nice and close. Very well played from Fly, but
Radiant's top tower
yeah,
is
Stinger
under
is
attack.
still mopping up. Almost up to 6,700 gold. After that, Blink Dagger, he's got another 1,500 in the bank.
Wow.
But it is level 10 now on the Kunkka. Pretty big breaking point for the hero. Get himself that plus 40 damage. And are we going to smoke up here? Do we have a
Radiant's
smoke?
bottom tower is
It's on the
under
courier.
attack.
It's on the courier. We're smoking up. And they have that forward vision placed down from JRX earlier on. He went down to place it, so they got to make good use of it. And that sentry will catch... Oh, actually, they don't plant one. Oh, they don't have any sentries in the dire, so they're just walking through all this vision right now, sadly.
Yeah, you can tell Infamous knows exactly what's going on. They played defensively. They saw Juggernaut over here kind of split off from his
Oh,
teammate.
man. Stinger. He's going in.
Of course he is. He wants to go and make some plays. Cold Embrace is going to be applied. We're now trying to save his teammate right there. S4 still dying, though, waiting to use the dunk. Finally gets it off, gets the one kill. The Winter's Curse happening, though. Keeping them in place for now. The snowball from JRX initially saving, but the Maldic will help take him down. No Tail also. He's going to go down. 4 players are dead on the side of OG. Everyone stays alive for Infamous. And, I mean, Seb was kind of not, again, he was down here and just could never really find the time to go in.
That was a slaughter. I mean, I thought they would have known the division was there just because of like how that last dance went with the Tusk and the Witch Doctor and everything, and then just like coming in here without the sentries was pretty brutal. They didn't end up using that smoke either, so that was definitely a planned maneuver. As you mentioned the last time when JRX went down, he saw that stat. So clearly they made some sort of a plan to come in here and try and deal with that using the Underlord and the Kunkka because they have that bonus damage from level 10, and they thought maybe with the Firestorm and everything and the Vanguard with the Underlord to tank it, we can take that away from the Gyrocopter. But the vision there from the Radiant supports to guard that stack clearly paying off. And now you can see Vision, speaking of which, Excel stands up by the Ancients to ensure that the Gyro Flat Cannon can hit into it, and well, Stinger will come clean them up after the damage is dealt.
Yeah. Yeah, Axe is definitely snowballing like crazy here, and again, this is something this hero can do, and if he does, he's not necessarily considered a carry, but he can carry, even the mid game at least, and really set the tone, the tempo, whatever you want to call it, for your team. Speaking of that, and kind of scaling throughout the game, I'm very curious on Seb's decision here on Juggernaut not to go with Battle Fury, and I know that's not usually like his play style, but man, Battle Fury Juggernaut is just. It's just good, and he's going the S and Y instead. Or do you think that's an oversight, or?
No, I'm personally okay with it. I think like Battle Fury is all right, but they're fighting a lot right now. I think he just wants to be engaged in the game. Maybe it'll come back to bite him in the ass, but I think the extra tank ability certainly going to help him against, especially with like how far his Axe out of control he is. Can you really afford to be split pushing and like ignoring your team right now versus Ember and Axe? Who are just going to be like harassing you and a single call killing you when you have nothing but like a Battle Fury with no stats.
Invisibility.
You'll probably just die a lot.
Yeah, fair enough. Underlord, he's actually managed to again keep his levels up pretty well as S4. He's level 12, and he's got Hood of Defiance now to go with the Vanguard. He's going to go the Pipe first, so you know which of those he wants to upgrade, and at least first here. So deciding the Pipe route. Gyrocopter, by the way, he's going Ags. Talk about that in a second. The call comes out from Singer. Again, the Rum Strength. Cold Embrace saving Kunkka as well. They are going to lose the Tusk, it looks. No, the Cold Embrace, excuse me, the Witch's Curse on her Spirit. And he'll end up being torn down by his own teammates. JRX still alive? No, Ember Spirit will finish the job. Stinger, he hasn't died in a while. They're trying to kill him finally. Underlord pops the Dark Rift, wants to get the hell on out of here after the kill. Which they do. Nope, he says, you know what, we're winning this fight. We're going to cancel that.
I got 155 damage.
Yeah, he is hitting hard, isn't he?
We're not going anywhere.
205 plus damage for the Underlord.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, they decimate Infamous in that fight. That's what kind of a bounty was that? Yeah, 500 gold going the way of S4 as he got the last hit credit on Axe there.
Jeez, Matthew's gonna be so far away from his Blink Dagger now too with that dieback.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh wow, yeah, he is. He's
That costs like 600 gold or something overall.
Radiant structures are fortified.
not much
Radiant's top tower
to go
is
with
under
right
attack.
now. Yeah, these Winch's curses have been pretty clutch. Feels like from Fly.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Middle lane we saw,
Yeah,
and the
big
top
turnaround.
lane. Not only stalls the action for a bit, but in that case, again, a couple of times now, that one killed the Earth Spirit as well.
Yeah, he is the combo breaker, just to make sure that Axe's rotations like don't go off perfect. Where he's going for the call, he's looking for the low hero, he gets the call off. He can't continue his little pattern there if it gets interrupted by a big Winter's Curse like that. And even though it feels like he just threw it down, it's already back up. It's not the longest cooldown, so you win a big fight like that and you'll be okay. But Stinger is hunting now with the Shadow Blade. It looks like Fly knew he was in the area with some of that deeper vision. Actually, there is no deeper vision, so he's just predicting.
It's not a good thing with Axe, though, because he just like creeps nearby. He's gonna. Okay, there you go. The angle.
And they're there.
There they are. I was gonna say,
and a little bit of luck.
Just a little bit, a couple of spins as a result, but it's playing luck, right? It's he set himself up to have that luck. That's what you got to do when it comes to something involving RNG. Make the best chances possible.
Ooh, top.
That's probably kill a gyrocopter, especially with a Dark Rift Uber. Yes, it is. So they find him up there. Speaking of gyrocopter, yeah, I was going to mention that as he's dead now for 40 seconds. But going the Axe, I think I've asked you before, but it's something that we have seen a lot more lately on these gyros. What do you think about the Axe?
Yeah. Maybe with an Ember going Battle Fury, it's a little bit greedy. It feels like it's two heroes that just want to farm all game. But there's a decent amount of magic damage on the Dire side, I guess, because the Kunkka and everything, so raw HP is okay. Aghanim Scepter is very good at that, makes you pretty tanky. Seb, silenced up, no defensive options there, can't Omni Slash or anything.
Jax, he's making this take forever, yeah. Lasted a good 3 or 4 seconds because of those plays.
Threw a ward down in the confusion.
Meanwhile, double ancient stack being done by OG on the Radiant side. Kunkka, Riley take a lot of that. He went the Shadow Blade. So this game he doesn't go the unless I was thinking different. I guess the DK of the armlet. Maybe he didn't have the armlet. Anyways, he's got a Shadow Blade with drums.
Get those crits going.
Want the Chrysalis now.
Gold from my chest.
Get at least one Daedalus, and the idea of getting a double Daedalus isn't out of the question either.
Got it.
Still a ways, though. Axe is still on top of the charts. What about Axe's choice to go the Shadow Blade? The Blink Vanguard, very typical, but that's where it starts to get a little different as far as the next item goes, the Shadow Blade choice.
Yeah, he's just overfarmed compared to most Axes, so typically Axe, he can't maybe go for this because he needs the defense items to help his team, or a Blade Mail or something because he's dying, but this has pretty much been his game, right? He's 10, 2, and 4. He was way ahead of everyone else in the game, and so he needed some way to actually flex that net worth and use it to actually punish his opponents. So Shadow Blade's a great way of doing that. And when you have this Wyvern who just wants to split push the whole game, it's just free gold for the Axe over and over. And you can say it's just a support, but he's pretty farmed, and he's giving a lot of gold and experience over that Axe every single time.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And despite how much time Fly's been in that bottom lane, they haven't even put that much pressure onto that bottom tower.
True. That's been trying to distract. You talked about the Battle Fury earlier on Ember Spirit. It's just about finished. In fact, he has the gold for it now and needs to purchase it. But I also noticed Juggernaut is going back to the Battle Fury. So he went the SNY first. No. You talked about it because of a lot of fighting, but yeah, he still wants the Battle Fury. It's just going to be much later now.
Yeah, he seems to not mind this kind of stuff because he also still went for that Radiance that was a little late. I mean, it came out, considering they were stomping so hard, it still came out like 26, 27 minutes or something, but it's still a little rare to see, a full item picked up before it, because obviously you want that maximum farm potential out of it. But I guess he just sees the way the game's going. They're having a hard time closing objectives. He's going to have to be farming quite a bit, but it is definitely dangerous.
Fly, he has a Glimmer Cape, but no, this stuff's going to be too long.
Call.
Stinger gets a call in the back lines, cuts down the Witch Wyvern with the Cold Egg Blade, but as for he's up here. Pit of Malice only going to hit the Witch Doctor. Stinger start running after that Crimson Guard, of course, mitigating damage. Dark Rift activated. Will it be enough to save Jirax? It's not. It's going to save himself at least. As Enelord says sayonara. They do pick up Earth Spirit with a double damage Kunkka, and Juggernaut using the Omni Slash over to the right. But now OG's looking to run because of that.
They have vision here.
They do. Oh, the call hits. Try to use the extra. Going to be pulled back eventually. Goes back to it. The Torrent will keep him alive initially. But a Cold Egg Blade. Unstoppable indeed as Axe. That's what it feels like.
Great Blade Mill game, too.
Yeah, it is.
So much AoE damage for him to try and reflect back onto his opponents. Someone like that Kunkka getting caught off guard could be devastating.
So Juggernaut's going to have a Battle Fury and a decent timing here, considering he's going to, it's really his second big item.
Yeah.
But that's, I also wonder if this is kind of a reaction to, you mentioned the greed of Infamous, both the Battle Fury and then the Axe on Gyrocopter. That maybe they're trying to take this later, so Seb saw that and is like, you know what, I got to be able to keep up too.
Yeah, I think it's that, as well as like how much trouble they're having actually closing out these objectives at this point with you know, the Wyvern going down over and over and just the Axe being across the map. It's like I'm so worried because I feel like if he plays too much on his own, he is going to die just because of this Axe. Again, it's just going to obliterate him with any single hero helping him, but he just doesn't have a choice. Someone needs to be farming Ancients. They don't really have anyone that can do it right now. Kunkka's pretty damn slow at it. Like, he can chunk them down, but it's not the fastest thing. Like, it feels like No Tail's been doing a lot of farming this game. And not even... He's been fighting, too, but a lot of times I see him, he's hitting creeps or something, but it's just not that quick when it comes to Ancients. You have to wait every single time for the Tidebringer. So he's not that farmed compared to his allies. He's actually below the Underlord.
Yeah, again, S4 really has been doing decent, but you're right. I think that is more of Kunkka, just under farm. Stinger. Whoa, interesting. He actually cancels it himself. I mean, unless, did I miss something?
I think he thought he was about to get caught, maybe.
Huh. Yeah, no, I think you're right, because yeah, maybe he thought a Torrent was coming out, and so he figured I got a Shadow Blade and trying to get out of here. But they even double
he was actually going to live.
Yeah,
maybe he thought he could set up too, bottom lane, like my eyes will come back and we'll just wipe these guys. Because
I think it was more of a defensive play like you're talking about. That's what it felt like for sure. And that's unfortunate because, as we saw, he was actually fine if he TPs there.
Radiant's bottom tower.
So that's big for several reasons, including 650 gold going the way of Seb on the Juggernaut. So that guarantees his battle free finish now. He already has the Eye of Scotty queued up, and his acceleration is very real. He takes over top net worth.
Never refuse gold.
So slight mistake on what's overall been a great game from Stinger here on the Axe. Building up OG a bit though, but then you look at the next three cores on OG on Infamous' side, and obviously they're all 2, 3, and 4 right there with their farm right now. That's Witch Doctor. Oh, he was. I don't know what he was doing.
Your sails, but
he's doing his best Winter Wyvern impression. He's pushing lanes by himself.
Not as effective, but bottom lane Curse. He's on an Earth Spirit. I hear the Dark Rift coming in as well, so a lot of reinforcements being brought in. Gyrocopter. They know they're down the Witch Doctor. Gyrocopter locked up by the Pit of Malice. He can just flat cannon auto attack, trying to run right now. Seb chasing after him with the spin. Blade Mill's activated from Axe. Gyrocopter finally goes down, gets cut down by the Juggernaut. They also get the Axe in the midst of the fight. Ember Spirit is able to run it out for the time being. And I'm guessing will escape with his brother Earth Spirit, but OG's pushing bottom
That Jug
now.
was like being tickled by that Gyrocopter. Like he's with 22 armor. Well, actually now he's even higher. So things looking pretty damn good here when old S4 is hanging about.
Oh, whoa.
Fear not your
Okay,
death.
all right. I'm watching the tower push too.
Yeah, he assumed everyone was here. I guess I should have counted. Yeah, Kunkka was not. He was elsewhere. I don't know if he was trying to find somebody or if that was just him getting caught himself. But either way, they lose the Kunkka, and they actually can't take the tier 3 tower. Again, it goes back. We mentioned the lack of the greatest Roshan killing team, and the sieging is kind of the same story. Not the most powerful at that yet, and you kind of wonder if maybe Juggernaut needs to get something to help that, something like an AC even.
I think S4's got it now, though. He picked up the Solar Crest. I think they're making adjustments based on last game, because they definitely should have been able to close out that Aegis earlier on and help high ground last match. So this game is looking a lot better for OG. I think this the only way they win this game for Infamous, I mean, not say the only way they win, but one of the hardest parts right now for that team, I should say, is Stinger. Like, he had an amazing early game, but how do you transition into this mid game right now as an Axe? Like, the best thing you can probably do is work with a teammate to try and keep focusing down Seb. That would be your best bet, but it's a difficult task to try and keep like following him around the map and everything. So he has the bots, but he still needs help from Matthew to get these kills unless he catches Seb in a really big wave. And they understand that too. Like, look at them just kind of backing him up, but they have that rainy vision on the high ground.
They do. Yeah, the ward placed here, so they know exactly where they are at. As Kunkka Shadow Blades in. Not looking to open, though. Yeah, it goes back to you again. That's what I was talking about earlier. It's, yes, the snowball is great from Axe, and he's the hero that can do it, but he's not really a carry. It's not going to just completely win the game for you as it goes on. You need your actual cores.
He has passed off the baton. He's done well. You know, his other two cores have surpassed him. There's a Lincoln Sphere done on the Ember Spirit. He should have a pretty good game now at this point in terms of split pushing. So Axe just needs to shut down this Jug, and they will find it. But again, they are baiting.
Blade Mail's up. Rum comes out, though. Dark Rift in. Matthew, he sees that. Stinger's just trying to run. Snowball stops him for the time being. Callout's going to... yeah, the Callout's coming down, actually. From Jawakov, you're trying to zone them away, but it's not going to be scary enough. And Axe is picked up. Papita, though, he is split pushing, has a Remnant to go back to if he needs it. But maybe this is Roshan finally. Looks like it is.
That's such a good read by OG. They knew exactly what Infamous need. Like, this Axe is just, he can do pretty much nothing. Like, he doesn't really want to be hitting these waves. He has a Battle Fury Ember, and he's an Aghanim's Gyrocopter. The creep waves just are not for him anymore. And his only job is to hunt Jug. And so what do? They just camp behind the Jug and bait him out with sentries and observers ready, knowing the Axe is going to come in Invis. And then that opens up this Roche. And that's going to open up the rest of this match here for OG. You know, that's kind of stuff that we talk about, like what separates teams. It's just fully understanding exactly what your opponent wants to get done. The courier flies right over Ember on the high ground. It will still survive thanks to the fact that he was TPing.
Oh, you saw it, but that was actually delivering what eventually became the Eye of Scotty for Juggernaut. So has that picked up. Link picked up on Wyvern. It's a great tool for Fly to have. Glimmer Cape initially is good as well, of course, but getting that blink allows him to be very defensive now, sit back, and then come in for a big Witcher's Curse or Cold Embrace, whatever is necessary. And also the split push. Meanwhile, Underlord is caught. Doing Ancient, so good find there from Axe and the others. And they're going to go for more. There's that blink, though, coming into play from Fly. Reacts right away. Witch Doctor also going to get caught in a torrent. Seb, whoa, he's going manly. He's got a shrine, I guess. Doesn't have the teammates necessarily here. He does have the Aegis as mentioned. Omni Slasher didn't go. Over here, Stinger caught too, though. Calling Blade, the Witch's Curse comes out right as the Decapitate happens onto the Tusk. And now Kunkka going for the turn, though. Stinger is going to be picked up. Witch Doctor with a Death with a Maledict up as well. Kunkka very likely could tick down. Is it going to be enough to roll away from Matthew? He'll be fine. Papita trying to finish them off. Flame Guard using that Fire Remnant. They do kill Kunkka. Papita needs to be careful himself, though. Being cut down by the Juggernaut now. Doesn't have another Remnant to get away. Going to be kicked away, though, from Matthew. Well played by Matthew there on the Earth Spirit. But Fly finishing the job. No, cannot do so with the auto attacks. And Matthew will TP out. Excel will as well. And Winter Wyvern just simply cannot run down Ember Spirit. Holy crap, that was an insane save.
Yeah, that is one of those fights that sometimes makes your team look like total morons or geniuses. And that was the genius. They kind of just dove into a team that just got Aegis, but they found the Underlord first, and they just kept battling after that. They want to try and pick them apart, maybe get the Aegis if they can, but you could see that once the Shrine popped, they knew they weren't going to kill Mad, so they just completely ignored him and started focusing down everyone else around the engagement. And Stinger found his worth on that one, too, when he got that blink onto 2. And even the save there from Fly was not enough.
You do see physical build committed to for Ember Spirit. Of course, the Battlefield early mentioned Lincoln's, but now he has a Chrysalis. Going to go the full Daedalus. A lot of damage coming out.
True strike talent, too.
Did he at level 20? Yeah. That there, level 22 now. Dark Rift poured in. Excel, he's definitely dead, just a matter of how long it takes. Seb's trying to find somebody, but that somebody's Matthew. We already know he's a very difficult kill. So can outrun him down, but again, they get the Witch Doctor at least. There's interesting choice from No-Tail here. Actually goes a Scythe. Wow.
Yeah, he committed to that a long time ago. It's kind of crazy. Like, we saw him thinking about the Chrysalis, and then he just kept going, getting up towards the Scythe. So he's going to be the Shadow Blade initiation, and we know they have that Lincoln Sphere already, so he's going to have to try and either X first or Scythe first. Hopefully, obviously, the X first, because we know how the X gets countered well by the Ember Spirit, so you want to just be able to pop him right into the little sheep.
Yeah, not your everyday item on a Kunkka, especially a core mid Kunkka. That's for sure, but that's what we see here.
Middle tower is under attack.
Good reaction to how the game's looking. Seb pushing out middle. He did go the blink now. Currently has an all-fire kit. This is an illusion, by the way, Gyrocopter. Let's see if they baited for it or not, but doesn't look like they are. It's pretty obvious now. It's just kind of running at them. So tier 3, doing some damage. The Death Ward is simply going to be used to kind of scare them, but won't last so long. And now with that being on cooldown, OG a little more confident perhaps. Dark Rift is not ready for 15 seconds. They still have the Aegis on Juggernaut. Here we go. Stinger jumped in. He jumped right into the Pit of Malice, though. They're going to turn initial. Ember Spirit got caught in that as well. The Ghost Ship coming out. They'll finish him off. He has to buy back immediately. Excel popping the Ghost Scepter, staying alive for the time being, but in goes a Torrent, and Savage just going to right-click him down. He has the buyback himself. Not using it just yet, though. Finally, the tier 3 will fall. There's the buyback on Witch Doctor. I think OG is fine to retreat now. Will they be able to retreat, though? Dark Rift in currently from Underlord, and he's coming back in. So won't have the defensively. Winter's Curse on Gyro. Nobody really nearby, though, other than creeps. So he's fine, but it does set up for this. The Omni Slash right after the fact. Stinger's in trouble. If he goes down right here, that's going to be big in favor of OG. The Blade Mill not going to be enough to save him. He's dead as well. So is Gyro. They do both have buybacks, but they've already used so many. They are going to have to use it at least on the Axe. Papita, that would be a dieback on him if he goes down. Fire Revenant away. He's good. Gyro bites back now. Winter Wyvern. Arctic Burn to fly away. The Cask making it difficult. Bouncing around the boulder smash on 4 heals. Matthew once again with the God play right here. Will it be enough follow-up? They kill Tusk. They're going for the kill on Cook, and they take him out. And Underlord's also going to get caught as a result. So it looks so good for OG right there. But a God boulder smash from Matthew comes through. And they hold them off when it's all said and done. Now, it did require 4 buybacks, but still. That could have been so much more.
Yeah, it's like, did we commit too hard? Yes, but at the same time, it's 4 buybacks, so you kind of feel okay about this, but they certainly need a little bit of pressure going this way on the map, so in the end, it's a little bit of a wash. It all just kind of depends as to what comes next. How much do they get out of this? Is they only going to be forced to buy back on the side of OG? As long as they don't lose a tier 3, that would be pretty bad, I think. Kind of negate a lot of what they just gained, obviously, because then everyone's just going to lose shrines. So yeah, Fly's going to try and save that. And the end. Not expecting the Scythe there, I think. Papita getting caught in that initial burst from the Kunkka, and then Stinger committing on top of the Aegis Jug seemed to punish them pretty hard. I mean, the Aegis didn't even go down. It wasn't until like the very end and that final engagement when they were kind of diving into those tier 4s as to when the Aegis expired, and Seb started to retreat right away. And I think that's when they all got caught by that 4-man boulder.
Well, so Infamous gonna cost them a lot to make it happen, but it's definitely a case of they're definitely still in this game, if anything, where that could have been so much more disastrous for them. And you do have a nullifier though for for Seb on the Juggernaut. That is just around the corner now. Also level 25 for him and Ember Spirit actually. We'll see what Seb decides to go for, whether the health or the Omni Slash targets. But you do have Ember Spirit also, again, 25 just around the corner as well. And he does have his Daedalus now finished, so some big items coming out on either side for their cores. So trying to keep up with the bottom push is Infamous, and this is what Ember Spirit can definitely do, especially with this physical build. Gonna really just flash from these creep waves and make it difficult to truly push.
Although the Underlord has been good at that. We saw in the last fight, the Gyro was up here pushing, and S4 just came back, and then he was able to still bring himself back into the actual engagement. They're trying to bait him out here, and No Tail, 50-50 chance, took a wrong turn, or he might have found that axe.
That's close.
He doesn't have a lot of assistance right now, though.
See Matthew up here is being sneaky. Hope he's looking to cut the creep wave or what, or hoping for a courier snap of sorts, but he's just chilling for now. Up at the top lane. See level 25 for Juggernaut, and he indeed does go the Omni/Strikes. The talent right there. Ember Spirit picks up the 2 Sleight of Fist charges over the Remnant cooldown. So that's going to start coming into play more and more. Plated Greaves finished on Underlord. Actually a pretty good tool this game for purging as well as the heal overall.
Man, those Sleight of Fist charges are going to be... Whew.
Yeah.
That's going to be a lot of damage for that Daedalus.
Yeah, just spamming in a fight, and all of a sudden it's kind of similar to like a Kunkka where, you know, that one, the Kunkka's case, you know, the one Tidebringer, but it happens pretty quickly too for the Ember.
He's got plans too, you know. He's got a Gyro on his team, so even if he drops the Rapier that he's thinking about, and Gyro gets it, everything's fine. We got 2 Rapier heroes. It's twice as good.
Double damage.
And now Matthew, he's been doing this all without a blink, ladies and gentlemen.
True.
What a god.
Yeah, he just got it, as you pointed out, but the fact that he's been doing it without that this whole time is that much more impressive. Anyways, here we go. Double damage on Kunkka is going to wear off as they engage. Homing missile countered by the spin. There's a fortification, though. So OG not overcommitting again. They don't have an Aegis, so they're having to be a little careful. They have a Dark Rift out if need be. 20 more defensive tools around them, and it goes without saying, this is a difficult team to siege against, but it's still going to work out. They do kill the melee reacts, and OG, slowly but surely, will start backing off for now. You can tell Infamous kind of wants to go out, but...
I mean, they're not even using, like, the X-Jug play or anything either, right?
No.
Like, that was kind of a classic with the support Kunkka.
Oh,
Matthew.
okay.
Just bought the blink, so no buy. I mean, he's probably on cooldown anyway, is it? Or, no, actually, it was back, but...
Looks like it's just
Yeah, he was hoping they didn't have vision up there. Meanwhile, Omni-Slash in. He got the nullify up on Gyrocopter as well. Gyrocopter, he just died. He just, like, save me, do something. 100 seconds, he's dead for, though. That's a tieback on him, and that was the key catch they needed. Worst Spirit was one thing, but catching Gyrocopter there. And Steph just wants to finish this game. Yeah, backdoor protection will prevent that. You know, geez, the creep wave is not being the best for them right now.
Radiant's middle
finally
barracks
is
are
here.
under attack.
You see Pepita, though.
Radiant's middle barracks has
Yeah,
fallen.
doing his best.
Dire's
he will
top
be
tower
found.
is under attack.
Yeah, not a big deal. Definitely not dying, but yeah, he's going to cut it still. Back in the base. Witch Doctor, he'll be run down. Juggernaut, got to be careful with the axe. But now he's going back for the tower. They still have creeps in the base, as we see. So Pepita doing his best to cut that creep, but they need to kill the creeps, though. And make sure theirs don't die. Keep the backdoor protection for going up. OG trying to finish the game right here, right now. 50 seconds still for the Gyrocopter, and without Ember Spirit as well. I mean, this game is over.
Stinger, call those 3 creeps and try and kill them. To save the game.
That could be
Stinger,
it.
go!
I mean, this is it. You got to try something. Pepita's now back. Here we go. Gonna engage. Sleight of Fist coming out. Can he get the big crits? Kunkka down to half life. They do will kill Tusk, but the hex up on Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit's in trouble. He knows it. He's trying to walk away. It's a little piggy. It ain't gonna work. He's dead for 2 minutes, and OG should be able to finish the job here now. Old Stinger gonna delay it as much as he can as he keeps making the call. Blade Mill as well, as meanwhile, you see Matthew getting killed off again, and Axe, sure enough, he too will die. So GG's called. It is official. OG will take it 2-0 here in this series. But Infamous, a hell of a fight. Unfortunately, their journey will end without a victory in the group stages, but they had some close matches at least.
Yeah, they did. Hopefully the old experience thing, yada, yada, yada. You know, maybe they got some good scrim time into the off screen. You never know. Maybe they dumpstered some scrims, guys.
True.
Now, maybe they're feeling all right about themselves, but it was indeed a rough group stage. But this was a fairly stacked tournament, I would say. Only really missing like VP, Liquid, I
VP,
guess.
yeah.
But other than that, I mean, you got yourself Mineski, Newbie, VG, Secret, some quality teams here. So hopefully they got some good practice in. Recent DPC winners, VGJ Storm. They didn't get a chance to group stage with them, though. That would have made Infamous all the better for it. But I guess they can both go back home to the old Americas region and party up together.
That's a way to look at it, yes. If you're Infamous, that's the spirit. You know, keep your heads up, if anything. But got some more experience here for themselves, and again, hopefully they take that back, have a good rest of the time there in China. But OG, they're not only looking to have more of a good time in China, but also looking to continue playing some good Dota as they finish the group stages 3-2-0. So like we were talking about, I don't know if it's exactly the case, or I guess technically 3-0-2, but whether or not they're going to be in the second or third spot, I don't know if we know 100% just yet. Point is, we'll see if they get the better of that situation or not, though, moving forward into the playoff stage. But congrats to them. Feeling good at the very least about moving on. But that is going to do it for this series, and it sets up what is to be our final series of the night, which will be Vega Squadron versus TNC. And I got to say, again, unfortunately, it is another case for Vega Squadron. They, too, are eliminated over there in Group B now. In a sense, a meaningless match for them. But TNC, on the other hand, might not be the biggest deal for them, too. They do want to win, though, but I'm actually looking forward to see it. It has been a while since I've personally been able to see them playing, casting for that matter. So,
let's see, how do they do against VGJ?
They've literally tied all of their series. They're 0-4-0.
Oh, I'm not sure how the tiebreakers work. That will depend. Let's see.
Well, giving them a win is, if anything, maybe gives them hope for a second or third place spot is what matters.
Yep.
Exactly, for sure, but that is the point. Anywho, Trent.
All right. I guess we'll see you guys in a minute.
Yeah, gonna go on another short break. Lobby is going up, though, and we'll have our final series of the night here. TNC versus Vega Squadron. Some Group B action here for the MDL major group stages. Again, I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Trent. Stay tuned, guys. Game number 1 of our final series of the night will be coming up shortly.